What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with Tech Daily, and in this video, we are checking out the Tenda Nova Mesh WiFi system. Now, in the Mesh WiFi market space, there seems to be a few key players. Google Wi-Fi, which I've personally been using for a year now, Eero, Netgear's Orbi, Linksys Velop, and they're all great for the most part, but Mesh Wi-Fi systems like the ones I mentioned tend to be a little pricey. Google Wi-Fi, which used to be the most affordable, still comes in at $269 for a pack of 3, and the other ones I mentioned retail for $300 or more. But if you're trying to get into the Mesh Wi-Fi game without going broke, this Tenda Nova Wi-Fi system comes in at just $199, which is about the cheapest 3-pack system out right now. And let me just get this out of the way too, it's really pretty good. I replaced my Google Wi-Fi system with the Nova for a few days, and I had absolutely no issues or complaints whatsoever. In a nutshell, a Mesh Wi-Fi system consists of a number of Wi-Fi points all interconnected and working together to increase coverage over a large area. So if you have a big 2-story house and have trouble getting a strong Wi-Fi signal in some rooms, or if you have a warehouse or office space that requires better Wi-Fi coverage, a Wi-Fi system like this one is a great option, with this Tenda Nova system covering up to 6,000 square feet. Inside the box, you get everything you need to properly set up your Mesh Wi-Fi network. You get 3 cube-shaped Nova Wi-Fi points, which look kind of cool in my opinion, along with 3 AC plugs to power them up. You also get 1 extra Ethernet cable, and I'll talk more about the setup in just a second, but you'll be using this to plug one of the Nova units into your cable modem, with the rest of the units functioning wirelessly in different rooms around their house. Each Nova unit is a super lightweight, perfect cube, measuring at just under 4 inches all the way around, so they won't take up much space wherever you end up putting them. Underneath each unit, you'll find WAN and LAN ports and the AC power input, along with the unit's name, default password, and QR code, which will be useful when you get these set up. Size-wise, the Novas are a bit bigger than Google Wi-Fi, for example, by about an inch or two. Unfortunately, Google Wi-Fi is the only other system I have to use for a quick side-by-side comparison, but it's not a huge deal, and like I mentioned, for the most part, considering it's still a fairly small unit in general, and also has a pretty interesting design, whether you want to have the unit out on a desk or a table, or tuck it away behind something and hide it, either way it'll work just fine. Setting up the Nova Mesh network was incredibly easy, and even if you have very little internet or tech know-how, I think most people will have no issues getting this stuff up and running, since everything you need comes inside the box, and the setup process is just a few steps. You first just need to plug in one of the Nova units to power it up, and then use the included Ethernet cable to go from the right blue port on the unit to the first port on your cable modem box, similar to how you'd set up any other Wi-Fi router. The Nova has an LED indicator in the corner with a light that ranges from a few different colors to indicate whether the network is up and running, trying to connect, or has an issue. The rest of the setup process takes place on the Tenda Wi-Fi app that's available for both iOS and Android, and it's just a couple more steps. Like I mentioned earlier, all the info the app asks you for is located on the underside of the unit, so you'll use the default SSID and password when setting up and connecting for the first time. Once the Nova establishes a connection from your cable modem and creates the default Wi-Fi network, you can then make the necessary changes to the network name and password. After the first Nova unit is connected with your initial Wi-Fi network set up, the app will walk you through how to add a second Nova router and create the mesh network. This process is just a matter of plugging in a second Nova unit in a different location in your home, waiting a minute for the app to locate and recognize it, and the connection is then automatically set up, which you can see in the app. The app also allows you to set up a guest network, add parental controls, and adjust some settings, while also being a hub for any firmware updates. In my own home, my cable modem is all the way on one side of the house, so a Wi-Fi signal always had trouble reaching the other rooms. I had a second Nova unit in my kitchen, and after a few days of using this system, I had no issues and was getting just about the advertised wireless speeds for my ISP in every room in the house. The Nova system supports 2.4 and 5 GHz frequencies, along with all the usual wireless standards. So for the average household or office, this system has no issues taking care of a bunch of connected devices all at once. For $199, I really have no problem recommending the Tenda Nova system if you're looking for an inexpensive Mesh Wi-Fi solution. Mesh Wi-Fi isn't anything new anymore, and there's no reason to pay $300 or $400 for some name brand setup when this one gets the job done at a great price. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in learning more about the Tenda Nova system, I'll have a link down below so you can check it out. Also, be sure to follow Tech Daily on Twitter and subscribe to the Tech Daily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.